I don't think I've ever met no, an actual blind person. Yeah, I mean I've seen them, right? But I've never. Oh no, I'm lying. I did meet a blind person. I had to help him out. It was actually kind of uncomfortable, if I'm being real. I was doing shit, and this blind dude was like, I work at a grocery store. This blind dude was by the produce section. And the work that I do at the grocery store, I'm on a timer. I do online orders for a grocery store. I'm on like 3 different timers. So I can't really stop and just do too many things like this. So this blind dude was like, he like goes like, hey. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy yelling at? And he's like, you, I see the red. Like, I guess he was only able to tell that I was wearing a red uniform. And he's like, he's like, can you get me 3 of the cheapest ones? And like, let me hold, he's like, bring me just one so I can hold it. Like, you know, so he can feel it. And I was like, okay. So like, I get the cheapest apple. I give it to him. And like, I'm like handing it over to him. I have my hand in front of him and he's not responding to me. I don't even think he knew I was in front of him. And I like take a couple steps back and I'm like, so that my voice seems like it's far away. And I'm like, oh, here you go. And then he starts fondling my hand looking for the apple. I'm like, dude, come on, man. like don't, I don't like being touched like that. He grabs the apple and he's just feeling it. And he's like, do you have anything bigger than this? And I was like, it was a small, delicious red apple. Like, that's the name of it. And we have a large red delicious apple. I was like, there's a large version, but it's like 12 cents more expensive. And he's like, bring me one of those. So I'm fucking annoyed. I'm like, I don't give a fuck that you're blind. I'm annoyed. So I get the big one. I go, here you go. And he's like feeling, he's like, this one. He does the same thing. He fondles my fucking hand like he's, you know, touching his testicles for cancer. And he gives it back to me. He's like, can you bring me 3 of the large ones? And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm like, whatever. Like, I have to finish what I started. He's blind. I get 3 of them. And I give them to him. And he's like, thanks, bud. And then I like was like leaving. And when I turned back, he was still standing in the same spot. And I was like, how did you get there? Like, if you're blind, like, do you have someone with you? Or, like, did they, like, go, like, to the restroom or something? Like, he's just standing there. And I was like, where are you gonna go? You know? But I gave him 3 red apples. I didn't check how good they were. Like, usually when we do online orders, when you buy fruit, you kind of have to, like, you know, fondle it, you know, to see if it's good. Any, like, weird shit on it or anything. I didn't even do that. Because I was like, look, you were kind of an asshole. I don't give a fuck if you're blind or deaf. If I don't treat them equally, then that's kind of a bad thing, you know? Pikachu fucking sucks. Let's get rid of Pikachu. I was also gonna use this Totodile. I completely